Howdy, folks. We're flushing the block out today. Who knows if this will end up on the channel or not, but I figured I would do it, record it anyways. At least it makes me look less crazy talking to myself. Ow, that was painful. Alright, there's a motorcycle there. So, as you can see here, we got our thermostat housing off with the bottom radiator hose. We also have our top radiator hose off. We are just gonna get the hose and flush out our block because I'm still having some heating issues. So we're gonna make sure that there's no obstructions, in the radiator or the block. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna grab the hose and get started. We've got flow for sure. Got our hose in here. You guys can see stuff's coming right out. It's not even dirty or anything. So I think that's all flowing pretty good actually. Yeah, no, super clean. So there's no obstructions in the block, which is almost not what I want to see. I want to see something because I checked for exhaust gas in the coolant, with one of the fancy tester doodads, and it came up negative. So I don't know why it's getting hot still. If the head gasket had failed, then we would see that. There's some nasty shit kind of coming out of the radiator, maybe. I mean, there's nothing, no chunks or anything. So, it's not ideal right there. I don't know what to do now. Good. Kind of let that do its thing for a little bit. Nothing, man. It's as clean as can be. So now what? Is the question. I guess we try running it without the thermostat. Possibly the thermostat was faulty. I mean, it's moving just fine. It's not seized or anything, but I don't know. Could be something there. So I guess that's what we'll do, is run it without the thermostat and see what we can get out of her. These are kind of designed here, because this thermostat's got this O-ring on the outside. So it fits right in there and kind of seals against this surface too. And that's what kind of gives you a really solid seal. So I think I will I'm gonna take this off. And this thermostat's new, by the way. I mean, I bought it new and it does, it moves all right. It's moving okay. I just don't know if it's, for whatever reason it might be faulty. So we'll try it without and see if the car still's getting hot. But I think I will put this O-ring back in here and hope it doesn't, get sucked into the engine or anything. Nah, no, it won't. It'll be fine. And honestly, I'll put a little bit of, I don't really want to dupe it up with RTV if I don't have to. Because I assume this isn't going to fix the problem. And if I have to take it back apart again, yes, surely. I should mention, if this, if this doesn't work, right? I flushed it, a little bit of nasty water coming out, nothing too crazy, no chunks or anything. I didn't expect there to really be any major obstructions. But if this doesn't work, then, so if running it without the thermostat doesn't work, let's get my thoughts straight here, then I'm going to probably try and replace the radiator because it was moving coolant through. I mean, I ran the hose through it, it was doing all right, but this thing is shot. I mean, it's toasted, guys. It's old and was kind of abused, I think, most of its life. Kind of like the whole truck was. I didn't do that, no. I didn't. I'm not the one who got a pretty nice truck and, you know, abused the hell out of it. That doesn't sound like me. But yeah, so if this doesn't work, then I'm gonna try a new radiator. I really want to get this one redone, and I probably will at some point, but I don't have like $1,000 to get this redone. I called the guy. There's only one shop in my area that really does this stuff, and because it's brass and copper, he was like $800 to $900, and I assume that's one that's in rough shape but not, you know, totally shot. This one is rough, so I'm imagining it'll be up in that high 9 range to get this thing completely re-cored and all that jazz and fixed up, assuming they could even do it. I don't know what the limitations are on that stuff, but I don't have that kind of money right now, so we're just gonna wait. And if I have to get another radiator, I'll just end up picking one up off the old eBay, get an aluminum one or something. I don't like that because the aluminum ones, the aftermarket ones for these trucks, don't allow you to run the fan shroud on them. Because I had the other rig that I've mentioned before, another white one, that I did the head gasket job on the first time, had a big aluminum one in it, and you couldn't put the fan shroud on. And I mean, not that it, like, I mean, it cooled, but I don't know. It just, always better to have those stock features, you know, if you can. That fan shroud's there for a reason, you know, guys, so if you can keep them and use them, do it. Not that this one's doing a whole lot anyways, considering I lost one of the clips and it's, you know, kind of broke in half, but makes me feel better about it, for sure. Is it 5 o'clock yet? I don't know. I don't think so. Fortunately, we're gonna have to wait a little bit till 5. We won't make it to 5, let's be honest. I just hope this works, to be honest with you. I really need it to work because I'm kind of out of ideas. I think I mentioned it. I did check for, you know, combustion gases, exhaust gas in the coolant. That would be a sign that the head gasket job, you know, had failed, like the big job that I just finished filming, you know, this 4.5-hour video. Link will be in the description. You ain't seen it, check it out, you know. Well, there was a good chance that maybe just a head gasket just didn't seal properly, and I would bet it would be against the block surface because that was kind of rough, even though we did try to give ourselves some extra insurance there with the copper spray gasket on the back side of that gasket. There's a chance that, you know, that fix didn't work still, because the block surface was a little rougher than I would have liked to seen, to be honest with you. But I'm also not ripping this thing out of the truck to get it, you know, completely resurfaced. And then, you know, if I had it out, I'd want to get it rebuilt, and then all this and that and this, and maybe it deserves it, but that's a lot of effort, you know, guys, and I am not putting in the effort right now. One of these days, yeah, for sure, you know, guys, I will. One of these days, I'll definitely. What in the hell is going on here? Oh, I see what's going on. But one of these days, I'll get it rebuilt. You know, the transmission needs rebuilt too. Don't ask, but it still goes, which is impressive. Third gear is, you know, a little long, which is entirely my fault. Make sure you got transmission fluid in before you drive it up a mountain. We live and we learn. But yeah, so eventually, you know, I'll get this thing rebuilt. Not right now though. So hopefully this taking the thermostat out will fix this problem. And if it does not, I am gonna call a mechanic, because I am not a mechanic. I think I mentioned that. So for all of you out there who are bound to be inclined to give me some shit in the comments, I'm not a mechanic, okay? Sorry, not. Just here just a broke dude working on his own shit because it's too expensive to pay someone who knows what they're doing to do it, for sure. And you guys are, you know, some of y'all are in the same boat, right? You don't need to be a certified mechanic to know, to be able to take something apart, put it back together. You know, you can figure this stuff out as you go. There's a learning process if you are not, a professional trained mechanic. There's some growing pains for sure. And usually it hurts your wallet. Definitely a lot of pain on the wallet when you're doing it like this. That's life. Live and we learn. Yeah, I don't love this. Shouldn't the whole thing move? I know this should move, but maybe this whole thing should move, right? I don't know. That's okay. Hopefully this fixes it. And if it does, I will go pick up another thermostat and put it in so we have one in the truck, because I would rather run with one than not. We're reattached everywhere. Hopefully that won't leak. Even if it does leak a little bit, I'm not super worried. Because again, if this keeps it from getting hot, then I know the thermostat was not opening. And we will end up picking another one up. It's possible it came faulty in the box, I guess. It does happen. Crazier things have happened. None of this shit, guys, is like, there's very few things in this world at this point that are actually like decent. Most of the shit you're buying for your cars nowadays is made in China, or Vietnam, wherever else. Not the highest quality shit, okay? Just missed my mouth entirely. It's okay. So sometimes shit is just bad out of the box, just how it is. I don't know though. Quit blabbering and fill it up and see what we get. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, y'all, for real, because honestly, I need this to work. We'll double check our oil here since we got her down, You see, folks, it's a little low on oil because I spilled like a quart because I should say the oil fell off of the truck and broke and spilled the quart on the driveway when I was changing the oil. So you can see, it's clean. Oil is clean, guys. It's not milkshaked, and it's fresh. I just put it in, so it doesn't even smell bad. It's good stuff. Use that Valvoline 10W40, high mileage, a little higher. This guy. That's gonna take. Oh, I see what happened. Stupid. Oh, well, there it goes. All over the place. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. 4Runner's going down the road. Temp is staying perfect, right where I want it. That thermostat was faulty, guys. I just bought that. The thing was brand new. Faulty, out of the box. It was restricting the coolant flow, so the engine was getting hot. I knew it was some weird restriction issue just because of the way it was acting. And of course we did it. We went ahead and double checked, right guys, for the exhaust gases, and there was none of that. So here we go. Hell yeah, this is the furthest I've driven this car in over a year. We're probably a couple miles from my house right now. Furthest I've driven this thing in over a year. Man, that brake booster is bad. But guys, we have a running 4Runner, and it is perfect, guys. That 3.0 is freaking purring. We're running great with those new machine heads, the valves, and everything, guys. There we go. Hell yeah.